Hi and welcome to a new episode of How to Reason. I never would have thought I would have to talk about these things a few years ago, but due to the comments I receive on a regular basis now, I will have to deal with it. As I noticed, there are two types of conspiracy theorists. One that is actually trying to make the model work, and their blind followers who don't bother to give any reason. Their slogan is haha, all is. So let us talk about fake everybody's lying. The first type today, let us see without making any point why. See how their method and results compare to reality and science. It is also a fun way of learning something about established models in addition. If I make any mistake about explaining the concept of a flat earth, I'm sure type 1 will be more than happy to correct me in the comments. Critics of science often say, I only believe what I can see with my own eyes, and in the same manner the earth looks flat. No, it does not, you are just used to a certain look. Anyway, this is not a valid way to prove anything. Just hold the thought nobody ever saw an electron, yet the device you are typing on is based on its existence in something in science. So, just seeing no proof here for either of the models. Something is a weak way of proving rules. In the end, I will present something that is easy to understand, everybody can test, and in my opinion the best way to show the Earth is not flat. Let us talk about the spherical Earth first. Let's remove anything that is distracting, just a simple texture on a sphere. The axis of rotation is a yellow line, the stars are in a great distance. Let's place the camera a bit north of the equator and look north. We can see the axis is pointing towards a random star. Due to the rotation of the Earth, the stars rotate counterclockwise. The star in the center does not with arrows, so is the not move. Now we indicate this conform to reality, the apparent movement of the stars. If we take pictures of the night sky in regular intervals and stack them on top of each other, we can see star trails. They are concentric circles. In the center there is the star Polaris. Works. Now let us look at the flat Earth model. The hypothesis says the Earth is a stationary, immovable disk with the Sun going in circles above it. A common misconception of science is that it is enough to present a way that could work as evidence. Yes, it could work when the Sun was closer, smaller and doing that. But whereas the data proofs are clearly laid out, it is in science. In this model, it seems nobody the methods of measuring distance bothers to explain the force that is keeping the Sun in circles. Flat earthers say gravity does not exist because it would be a perfect way of explaining why things are spherical and why there can be an atmosphere next to a vacuum of space. We can measure gravity since the Cavendish experiment 200 years ago. While the results are steadily refined, there is no doubt it exists. Instead, flat Earth is constantly accelerating upwards through an unexplained and immeasurable force to make it look like there is. Also, it seems an unexplained force is patrolling the edge of the world to prevent people is 60,000 miles from getting evidence for the flat Earth, 100,000 kilometers. According to the model, the rim is long. An impressive secret operation by NASA probably that completely dwarfs the costs of other border walls. Or maybe it is an ice wall you cannot take pictures of for some reason? Science would be going there and check. Conspiracy theory is not caring to do. Of course, people have been to Antarctica, but they are all lying. The perfect opt-out to any reason. Okay, let's ignore all of this. We don't care about what is true for now and want the flat Earth to work. So here is the equivalent of our setup on the stars on top of it. Flat Earth. A stationary place the camera, binary disk and the sky dome with how we rotate the dome. Something is wrong. The center of rotation is way up in the sky, while on a spherical Earth, Polaris can be close to the horizon depending on our position on the Earth. flat earthers say due to perspective, the celestial pole gets closer to the horizon. But also moving the camera closer to the edge would not make a lot of difference. Okay, let's just ignore this and bring it down by squashing the dome. We want to make this happen. Okay, now it looks kind of similar. But the stars, yeah, you can sometimes see that below the celestial pole are now images with camera distortion all closer together than above it. Also, wait, can you see the arrows close to the horizon? All arrows close to the horizon are going parallel to it. Remember the recording? See the stars that are dipping below the horizon? Something is wrong. Let's do something bold. Let's turn our head on a spherical Earth 90 degrees to the right. What's that? Stars appearing straight from the horizon? Are there any real recordings of that? Yes, there are. If you turn your head on a flat Earth, I wonder why flat earthers not say there's no change. Simply say the Earth is flat and there is a sky sphere. It would explain nearly everything we can see. Oh wait. OMG. Another celestial pole? Visible from the surface? Yes, on the southern hemisphere you can see it. Different constellations. No Polaris. Oh, and the stars are rotating clockwise. Everybody with a camera can test that. Flat Earth has only one celestial pole. So why are there still flat true automatically is a flat earthers? Because they believe it. They don't. There are people who think what could be care about what is true. They care about being right. So some will continue to work hard on their model, bending it until it could be, totally forgetting to get evidence for their model. But science cares about doing. That's why we have technology. How we are using technology is a different story. Thank you for your attention. Let me know in the comments what kind of content you would like me to do in the future. If you generally like what I'm doing, please consider joining my supporters on Patreon. I'm Morn1415 and the real world is incredible.